All right, big political face-off over the ongoing encounter. There's killed 5 officers in Jammu and Kashmir. Mehbooba Mufti targeting the DGP over his remarks. DGP had said infiltrators thanks to regional politics. That there are terrorists who are infiltrating all due to friction within political parties in Jammu and Kashmir. Mehbooba Mufti says the DGP should really be sacked for making a comment like this. Let's listen in.
छुपाना चाहते हैं. They want to hide behind mainstream and regional parties. अपनी नाकामी को छुपाना चाहते हैं. He should be sacked.
मैडम, क्योंकि आपने जो अभी हमें इन्फिल्ट्रेशन की बात की है, जब यहाँ की मेन स्ट्रीम की बात देखते हैं, वो हमेशा कहते हैं कि बातचीत सबसे बड़ा रास्ता है, हर चीज का मसला होता है. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का जो रिस्पॉन्ड मिलता है कि भैया बात किससे करें, उस पाकिस्तान से जो वहाँ से
एलके अडवाणी ने क्या किया, वो तो उस वक्त
इन्फिल्ट्रेट करा रहा है.
नहीं, उस वक्त क्या हो रहा था जब एलके अडवाणी डिप्टी प्राइम मिनिस्टर थे. नहीं, वो ठीक है, डिप्टी प्राइम मिनिस्टर थे. उन्होंने क्यों बात की, वाजपेयी जी को क्यों पार चले गए. पहली बार रास्ते खुले और यहाँ हालात पहली बार ठीक हो गए. 2002 से अगर आप देखेंगे 2007 तक हालात ठीक थे, जब तक लैंड रोल नहीं हुआ था. तो इसका तो कोई इलाज नहीं. अभी तो 6 साल से इलाज कर रही है, मार रहे हैं, पीट रहे हैं, तो क्या हुआ. नहीं, मैं वही कह रही हूँ ना,
बोल रहा हूँ कि वो पास था. प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो जो है, पाकिस्तान का सिर्फ एक ही काम है, इन्फिल्ट्रेट वहाँ से करवाना, यहाँ के जो मिलिटेंसी है उसको दोबारा उभार देना.
तो क्या कर रही है, तो ये क्या कर रहे हैं. व्हाट इज द डीजी डूइंग. इन्फिल्ट्रेशन का काम रोकना मेरा काम है, उमर अब्दुल्ला का काम है, या इनका काम है. बॉर्डर्स पे कौन है, अंदर किसको डील करना है, किसने पुलिस फोर्स को मिलिटराइज किया है. Who has criminalized the thought process of Kashmiris? कोई सोचता है उसको भी जेल में डालते हो, प्रोटेस्ट करना चाहता है उसको भी जेल में डालते हो, बात करने नहीं देते हो. क्या हासिल किया है इसने. बल्कि सारे कश्मीरी लोगों को, स्पेशली मेजॉरिटी कम्युनिटी को एलिनेट किया है. He is treating them as Pakistanis.
तो इस माहौल में है पॉसिबिलिटी किसी भी किस्म का डायलॉग प्रोसेस होना.
पहले यहाँ के लोगों को तो छूट दे, पहले यहाँ के लोगों के साथ तो बात करें. He is talking through the barrel of gun, through weaponizing of passports, through weaponizing of verification, through weaponizing of ये जो इनकी जितनी भी एजेंसीज हैं उनको वेपनाइज करते हैं और कहते हैं कि आसिया और नीलोफर इसको सीबीआई नहीं. अरे सीबीआई पे किसका भरोसा. ममता बनर्जी से पूछो, वहाँ सीबीआई को घुसने देती है. मैंने कुटवा की बच्ची को अगर सीबीआई को दिया होता तो उसका हशर भी वही हुआ होता जो आसिया नीलोफर का हुआ. आज वो सारे लोग जेलों में सड़ रहे हैं. इट वॉज महबूबा मुफ्ती हु पुट हर फुट डाउन. हमने कहा हमारी अपनी जम्मू कश्मीर की पुलिस कॉम्पिटेंट इनफ है, और तभी वही वजह है कि आज वो सब लोग जेलों में. नहीं तो वो भी, उनका भी वही हाल हो गया होता जो बाकी केसेस में होता है.
What about LG's new powers?
इसके बारे में अलग से बात करूंगी. आज की बात इतनी है जो मैंने कही आपसे.
देर आए मगर दुरुस्त आए, यहाँ पर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी जो भी आपने बताया कि उस पर.
Let me also cut across to what exactly Jammu and Kashmir DGP had said that's riled up Mehbooba Mufti.
Pakistan successfully came to infiltrate all important aspects of our civil society. Thanks to the regional so-called mainstream politics in Delhi, there is overwhelming evidence to show that many had honed the art of running with the hare and hunting with the hound to a near science that left both the common men and the security men bewildered, frightened and confused.
Let me cut across to Pooja Shali joining us live from the newsroom. Pooja, we are looking at heated exchanges. Of course, Mehbooba Mufti upset over what the DGP said, that political or rather local politics and politicians have led to infiltrations to this extent. Give us more on the politics of this terror strike.
Well, it's Jammu and Kashmir, so expectedly politics has broken out. And why she appears to be more agitated, because as a former chief minister and as a PDP chief, perhaps there's a connect to what the Director General of Police, R.R. Swain, has said, that a lot of regional politics, specifically referring to Kashmir-based politicians who continue to give provocative statements, and that how they've harped on disturbances and conflict, and that's one of the reasons. The fact also on the ground is that right now there cannot be any excuse. There will have to be security review. It is important that the fact that strategy has shifted to Jammu region will have to be nipped in the bud, because we are losing civilians and armed forces who are confronting these jihadists and Pakistan-sponsored terrorists. But Mehbooba Mufti, as a chief minister, also is a fact that during her PDP tenure, there has been a lot of accusations that she was soft on stone pelters or on the terrorists as well. And that is why perhaps that accusation is coming in, even from the police chief, that a lot of these Kashmir-based politicians, and even today, whether it's National Conference or PDP, their leaders continue to give statements that reflect that there is going to be disturbance again, rather than focus on prosperity and peace. What Mehbooba Mufti is asking now is that if the DGP is not able to ensure that the situation is peaceful, why is he not forced to resign, or why is he not sacked? So there's definitely a war of words that's unfolded here, but perhaps it's also imperative to understand which netas are pushing for peace and prosperity and which focus on conflict and disturbances. Nabila.
Thanks very much, Pooja, for joining us on that. Well, yet another terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir region, this time in Doda, where one officer and 3 Jawans have died in a gunfight with heavily armed terrorists. A total of 5 deaths have been reported. So that's 4 army officers and 1 police officer in Jammu and Kashmir. The encounter has taken place when troops of Rashtriya Rifles and Special Operations Group launched a joint cordon and search operation at Dari Gote Urarbagi in Desa forest belt. Terrorists tried to escape but were chased by the brave troops, led to an officer, despite the challenging terrain, being killed. In fact, the attack has been claimed by the terror group Kashmir Tigers. Amid a spate of terror strikes in Jammu, top cops have pinned the blame on regional politics, stating Pakistan infiltrated all aspects of civil society, and it's thanks to the local politics that this is continuing to happen. Now, amid the rising terror in Jammu and Kashmir region, Rahul Gandhi trained his guns on the centre, blaming the centre entirely for back-to-back terror strikes. Rahul says terror attacks are rising in Jammu and Kashmir because BJP's wrong policies. He asked the centre to take full onus of terror attacks, asking the centre to speak up. The India bloc has upped the ante against the centre, is questioning Home Minister Amit Shah's silence on this cowardly terror attack.
लचर कार्यकाल है, सबसे कमजोर कार्यकाल है। अब जुबानी जमा खर्च के अलावा कुछ बचा नहीं। मोदी सरकार एक कमजोर बुज़दिल सरकार है। थोड़ी प्रेरणा ले इंदिरा गांधी से, घूमने को इटली और सोवियत रूस से, शांति की बात की फुर्सत मिली हो, और देश की सुरक्षा में अपने कुछ करो।
उन देश के सिपाहियों को जो देश की रक्षा कर रहे हैं, उनको मैं श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूं। और सरकार लगातार जहां भी आतंकी हमले हो रहे हैं वहां सरकार कार्रवाई कर रही है। कई ऐसे आतंकवादी अभी देखे पीछे मारे भी गए हैं। मैं सरकार से अनुरोध करूंगा कि सघन उस क्षेत्र में कैंप लगा के, जवानों को लगा के आतंकवादियों का सफाया किया जाए।
दिस इज मोस्ट अनफॉर्चुनेट that government is very confidently saying that Kashmir is a peace haven. After 370, Kashmir has become the most peaceful place in the world. And such things that they are claiming inside parliament, outside parliament, before the press, but things are happening differently. The most unfortunate, the incapability of the government, they are lying to the government, people lying, they are regarding the situation there. We condemn this attitude of the government, callous attitude of this government.
It is absolutely saddening to see that we are unable to counter these terrorist attacks or to try and prevent them. And we have a Prime Minister who speaks about zero tolerance to terrorism, and yet we're seeing incidents like this. This is the 6th incident that has happened ever since the Modi 3.0 government came into power. And we haven't yet heard from the Home Minister. Manipur is already on fire. Now we're seeing incidents happen in Jammu and Kashmir. It's unfortunate. And we would want some kind of accountability to be taken as far as the government is concerned.
सर्च ऑपरेशन जारी है। सेना अपनी तरफ से पूरा प्रयास करती है। पूरे सुरक्षा बल की जो भी यूनिफाइड कमांड का हिस्सा है उनकी तरफ से प्रयास रहते हैं, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि जल्द इन लोगों को मार गिराया जाएगा। और ये पाकिस्तान की तरफ से कायरतापूर्ण चीज़ें बार बार हो रही हैं। एक नई रणनीति बनाने की जरूरत है सुरक्षा बलों को भी, और ख़ास करके मैं ये कहूँगा डोडा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में VDG को और मजबूत करने की जरूरत है। मैं उन शहीदों के परिवारों के प्रति संवेदना व्यक्त करता हूं और उम्मीद भी ये करनी चाहिए उनके माध्यम से, सुरक्षा बलों के माध्यम से ही जल्दी इसको मार गिराया जाएगा उनको।
All right, if I could give you a quick sense of exactly where is Doda, where the ongoing encounter has killed 4 of our officers. That's 3 Jawans and 1 Jammu and Kashmir cop. A quick look at where Doda is. It falls right here along the center of Srinagar and Jammu region. We're looking at this area of Doda that's been infiltrated by terrorists. In fact, we're looking at officers there trying to hunt them down through the last 24 hours. And it appeared that terrorists who were trying to hide and escape, officers pursued them to such an extent along the Doda region where they attempted to strike them down. Unfortunately, 3 of our Jawans were martyred and 1 cop was killed as well. Well, we do know at this point that Jammu and Kashmir is facing unprecedented terror. There's been an extensive number, an increase in number rather, of terrorists infiltrating along those regions. I'm going to quickly cut across to Mir Farid to give us a sense on the ongoing encounter and what has happened with those terrorists who's gunned down our Jawans. Mir, if you can take us through the kind of terror attacks, the increase in the numbers in just the recent past has really left us worried. We're also looking at a whole bunch of politics being played out over this, with opposition parties blaming the centre, saying that their policies have failed, and that's the result to these ongoing terror strikes.
Well, yes, absolutely. It's a no-holds-bar fight now. Moments back, we heard Mehbooba Mufti, who really went hammer and tongs against the state UT DGP, saying that he should answer, he should be sacked because his policies and the policies, the anti-terror policies of the BJP government have failed. And while they were concentrating on Kashmir, Jammu has suddenly erupted, and each day there are coffins with our bodies of our Jawans that are going back, and this is something that the government should answer on. But to a question on the terror attacks that we have seen one after the other in Jammu, quite clearly it is a fact now that this requires a proper surgery and not a band-aid. Now, we heard a reaction where someone was talking about VDCs being given weapons and training. I think right now things have gone beyond that. It requires a proper coordinated effort as far as the security agencies are concerned, because we know Jammu has been left unattended. Now, it has been left unattended because of various reasons. Focus of Kashmir, we know what happened in Eastern Ladakh, where army had to be moved, formations from Jammu had to be moved to Ladakh. So that has created a vacuum, and that has been used not overnight, but from the last 4-5 years. They have made their ground assets, they have made hideouts in jungles, they have recceed, they have maps, routes, everything, and now they have got operational. And we have been told around 60 to 70 in small groups are scattered all along the Chenab Valley belt, the P Panchal belt, and they are coming down, choosing targets, attacking, and then when our security forces are going in, they are laying ambushes. So this requires a proper counter strategy, and it basically needs to be done on 2 levels. One, immediately swift action where the operation capability needs to be dented, and number 2, as someone was saying, that the unattended areas need to be covered. There need to be security force formations, there need to be camps, tactical posts, so that area domination is done and they are kept on the run, and finally this terror push and this surge is finished. So that's a long-term plan, but right now there needs to be swift action against them so that their operational capability is finished and these attacks are stopped, because obviously now the government definitely is under pressure, because the opposition is raising some very pertinent questions, because this is not a one-off attack, this has become a series. Every other day you have attacks, you have ambushes, and we are losing men, we are losing Jawans and officers. So that is something that obviously the government needs to answer, and we're sure that they are in a huddle, and probably in the coming days.
Could have been a statement that could have been avoided, but of course now it's sparked a whole lot of a controversy there in Jammu and Kashmir with encounters that is ongoing. You have Mehbooba Mufti firing back at the top cop, the DGP who claimed Pakistan infiltrated Jammu and Kashmir civil society, DGP saying that political parties, local parties basically, are to be blamed for this kind of unprecedented infiltration, to which Mehbooba Mufti has responded. Let's listen in.
रोज हमारे जवान मारे जाते हैं, रोज हमारे जवान शहीद होते हैं। छोटे छोटे बच्चे छोड़ के किसी की शादी अभी हुई होती है 6 महीने पर कोई पूछताछ ही नहीं है, कोई बात ही नहीं है। उल्टा मेन स्ट्रीम को ब्लेम किया जाता है। भाई 6 साल से तो यहाँ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की सरकार चल रही है, क्या किया आपने? सारे हुर्रियत के लीडर या तो वो चले गए हैं दुनिया से या जेलों में आपके बंद है। आपने तो यहाँ के लोगों के साथ जंग छेड़ दी है, चाहे जर्नलिस्ट हो, बार एसोसिएशन हो, बिजनेसमैन हो, कोई मीडिया पे लिखता है सोशल मीडिया पे, उसको जेल में डाल देते हो आप।
Pakistan successfully came to infiltrate all important aspects of our civil society. Thanks to the regional so-called mainstream politics in the valley, there is overwhelming evidence to show that many had honed the art of running with the hare and hunting with the hound to a near science that left both the common man and the security men bewildered, frightened and confused.
Let me cut across to Gaurav Sawant joining us on the phone line to give us a little perspective into the politics of the terror strikes. Gaurav, the DGP blamed it outrightly on local politics that's resulted in this kind of infiltration. Mehbooba Mufti fires back. She seems quite livid. Give us more on what your sense of this controversy is.
So the problem of terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir stems from the fact that every political party has, one, dealt with it, two, at times has been accused of being party to it in terms of the cover fire that's been given to terrorists in the name of Azadi. And this is a serious problem in Jammu and Kashmir. What was the beginning of terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir in the 1990s when the then Home Minister Mufti Muhammad Saeed's daughter, Rubaiya Saeed, Mehbooba Mufti's sister, was abducted and terrorists were released to secure her release. So is that a problem or is that not a problem? That's point one. Point two, R.R. Swain was heading CID in Jammu and Kashmir before he became DGP. He's someone who's dealt with this problem very extensively, and there is a problem. So while Mehbooba Mufti is absolutely right, what has the central government done ever since there's governor's rule in the state and there's a lieutenant governor in charge? The Enforcement Directorate, the Income Tax Department, the Central Bureau of Investigation, they've raided several elements within Jammu and Kashmir. They've arrested them. The effort has been to ensure that terrorists no longer have access to funds. But it also remains a fact that there are overground workers of Lashkar-e-Taiba, of Jaish-e-Mohammed, of Hizbul Mujahideen, and political parties have taken support of terrorist organizations and their front to win elections in the past. So there is a very serious problem that has persisted in Jammu and Kashmir for decades, and it needs to be rooted out. Blame game and counter blame game does not help, but all political parties and the civil society will have to come together to counter this menace of Pakistan state-sponsored radical Islamist terror. Fake outrage does not help because lives are being lost, and at one point of time the nation does say enough is enough. Every political party has lost people, but every political party has also made a lot of money, which again is a fact in Jammu and Kashmir. So somewhere down the line, now that we've had 4 more fatalities of young army officers and soldiers, the nation needs to take a call that all these overground workers must be dealt with very effectively, and R.R. Swain cannot just point out to a problem. He's DGP. He must find a solution also.
Well, you're right. And the shift from Kashmir region to Jammu, what in your sense has happened there, Gaurav?
This is a very tactical move. Right now there is tourist season in Kashmir Valley. So Pakistan also ensures that in Kashmir people can make money out of tourists. Amarnath Yatra also is a big money spinner. So the moment that it comes to an end, terrorism again will start in the valley. Of course, army is also very extensively deployed in the Kashmir Valley after action against 370 in 2019. So subsequently, those gaps that existed in the Kashmir Valley, those gaps have been filled with massive army deployment and CRPF and J&K police deployment. This is a tactical shift from north of Pir Panjal to south of Pir Panjal. Again, because action against overground workers was limited, was restricted, and every time there's action against overground workers, political parties start crying foul, which is extremely unfortunate because The state must go after terrorists and terrorist supporters. That entire terror-enabling ecosystem has to be dismantled and neutralized. Now it's been 5 years since abrogation of 370 in 2019. So now it's time for the government with all the means at their disposal, using the whole of the nation approach. They must rid Kashmir of its terror, Jammu and Kashmir, and go after terrorists across the line of control. You know, because killing terrorists within the country, Nabila, is like pruning the branches of a terror tree with roots in Pakistan. Unless those roots are taken out, terror will continue to spread in Jammu and Kashmir, and there'll be highs and there'll be lows. When victory will be declared, when there is a low, and people will say remove AFSPA, and for political gains, government will also say, yeah, let's remove AFSPA, but terror will come back and bite us like it does every couple of years. It's a cyclical thing now.
True, Gaurav, thanks very much for joining us with those details. For now, what we see in the latest, 4 of our officers have died, 3 soldiers and 1 police officer. Well, of course, there's lots of answering to do. DGP, who said local politics is to blame. You heard Mehbooba Mufti responding to it, asking the police, the DGP, blaming them for lapses in security, and of course, collectively the opposition blaming the BJP government for its policy failure.